History of computer. Let's learn about the early calculating machine, electromechanical counting devices, electronic counting device, modern calculating devices or computers. Welcome to the class. This chapter will give you the basic knowledge of what a computer is and what its history is. In the present era, computer is an essential product of many improvements over a period of time. Here we will learn about the history of computer. The early calculating machine. The development of counting was a very gradual process in human history. Three major tools that helped early humans count seem to be sticks and bones used for marking notches, stones and other small objects, and fingers and toys. It makes sense that these tools would be the first used, as they are readily available in essentially any natural setting. Even today we learn calculation using our fingers and drawing lines. Abacus. Abacus was the first calculating machine invented in China to count the large numbers. Abacus is made up of a wooden frame. It is a counting device that consists of a frame holding rods on which a specific number of beads are free to move. Simple calculations like addition or subtraction we performed using the abacus. Why was the abacus used? Before computers, calculators or even arithmetic using paper and pencil, the abacus was the most advanced device for crunching numbers. As we know, before the abacus, the only methods people had to use for their mathematical calculations were their fingers and toes or stones in the dirt. Napier's bonds. Napier's bonds is a manually operated calculating device created by John Napier in 1616. This device is a set of rectangular rods marked with numbers. Using these rods, one can do addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of numbers. Later on, it was improved to find the square root of a number. Electromechanical counting devices. Pascaline. Blaise Pascal was a French mathematician and philosopher. He invented the first mechanical calculator in 1641. It was called the arithmetic or Pascaline. It had a box with 8 movable wheels. These wheels called dials. The numbers of calculations were entered with dials. This mechanical calculator could add, subtract, multiply and divide the numbers as big as 1,000. Lebre's calculator. In 1671, the German mathematician philosopher Gottfried Leibniz designed a calculating machine called the step reckoner. It could add, subtract, multiply and divide. The step reckoner expanded on Pascal's ideas and did multiplication by repeated addition and shifting. Jacquard's loom. In 1801, J.M. Jacquard invented a powered loom. The loom was controlled by a chain of cards. A number of punched cards laced together into a continuous sequence. This can be taken as the first read-only memory device. Babbage's engines. Charles Babbage was a British mathematician, an original and innovative thinker and a pioneer of computing. He designed an automatic calculating machine in 1822. He called it difference engine. Later, he thought of a mechanical construction which was known as a mechanical digital computer. He called it analytical engine. Charles Babbage is rightly called the father of computer. Electronic counting device. Hermann Hollerith made a major contribution to the invention of the modern digital computer with his punched card tabulating machine invented in 1890. It was one of the main electronic counting devices. Hermann Hollerith was the founder of the company that became famous as IBM. Modern calculating devices or computers. Major developments took place in the calculating devices in the 20th and early 21st centuries. There are some important devices of these periods. The first digital electronic computer, ABC. The Attensoft-Barry computer, ABC, was the first automatic electronic digital computer. It had vacuum tubes instead of mechanical switches. It used the binary number system like a modern computer. The ABC looked nothing like today's computer. It was the size of a big desk, weighed 750 pounds. Z3. The Z3 was an electromechanical computer designed by Konrad Zuse. It was the world's first working programmable and fully automatic digital computer. The computer was publicly introduced in Berlin, May 12, 1941. It uses 2300 relays, performs floating-point binary arithmetic, and has a 22-bit word length.
Harvard Mark I. Harvard Mark I computer was built in collaboration with IBM. It was the first fully functional computer known as the Harvard Mark. The machine-like Babbage was huge, more than 50 feet long, weighing 5 tons, and consisting of about 750,000 separate parts. It was mostly mechanical.
ENIAC and UNIVAC. ENIAC was the first electronic general-purpose computer. It was built in the US. It was not a stored program computer. It was somewhat similar to the earlier computers, but was considerably large and more flexible. On the other hand, UNIVAC I was the first commercial computer. The UNIVAC is an electrical computer containing thousands of vacuum tubes that utilize punch cards and switches for inputting data and punch cards for outputting and storing data.